Jai Hind students. We are going to learn today in computer period word processor. As we know, writing it become an everyday occurrence, and the computers they have affected our lifestyle, work pattern. For that, many application programs they have been developed for writing make easier and smooth operation. Into that, word processor is also one of them. So today's topic is our OpenOffice org writer. Into this, we will study about the word processor first. What is word processor? Word processor, it is simply a package that is used to process our textual matters, and not only processes the textual matters, it also creates organized and flawless documents, right? So if we talk about the word processor, it has everything than your conventional typewriter has. In your typewriter there was some limitations. In that limitations, we cannot edit, we cannot beautify, we cannot change font, we cannot format our text. But in the case of word processor, everything is possible. As typewriter was having some limitations, but word processor has got each and everything which we can think it can do. So in our word processor, what will see the features, why we are going to use the word processors. The reason behind using word processors are such a way that it become a important part of our life, because everywhere documentation work is going on. So the features are fast. Means what fast? Processing becomes faster over here. If we are going to write text with our typewriter, in that case it takes time, because whenever we are going to type any character, it strikes on the paper and characters are printed. Means every stroke will print a single character. Here also every stroke will print a single character, but speed become faster, because in the case of typewriter there was a mechanical carriage movement associated, while in the case of word processor simply we have to type the text through our keyboard, immediately it is converted into the document on our screen. Second, if we see editing feature, which was not in our typewriter. A document we have written, it cannot be edited. If there is some error, we cannot make change in the error, right? We have to type the document again. But in the case of word processor, if we want to make any correction, only we have to edit it. We can delete some part, we can add some part. This is very easy in our word processor. Third point is our permanent storage. In the case of typewriter, again I am comparing every time typewriter and word processor, because they both are used for word processing. Permanent storage. In the case of permanent storage, what happens? In the case of typewriter, whatever you are typing, it is typed on the paper but not stored at any place. While in the case of word processor, since it is used onto our computer, so whatever document we are creating, we can store it for our future work. Next is your formatting feature. As I told you earlier, formatting means to beautify our text. We can change our font, we can change the size of the font, we can give color, we can add pictures. Means we can beautify our documents. But in the typewriter, only simple typing and typing only. Means characters can be printed, but we cannot change the font, we cannot change the color. It is black, then black. Either we are using black ink, then it will be printed in black. If blue, then blue. Otherwise we cannot change colors. But in the case of word processors, any color you can take. You can increase or decrease the size of the characters. means complete formatting. You can change your paragraph, what you want with your document, that can be done with the help of word processor. Next feature is graphics. In the case of typewriter, we cannot put any diagram in between typing the material, but in the case of word processor, any type of graphics we can put in between the typed text, means graphics can be inserted easily in our word processor. Next point is OLE. OLE means object linking and embedding. Most of the modern word processors, they have got this facility to link or embed. Link means to retrieve it from any location, and embed means to put inside the objects in the document. OLA actually, it is a program integration technology that we are using to share information between programs through objects. So objects can be used as a link or it can be embedded. Now the next point is spell check. It is the best feature of our word processor. With the help of spell check in the typewriter, if some mistake is there, at that time we have to put the whitener, then we have to retype onto it, which looks the text very untidy type. But in the case of word processor, suppose we have typed 2000 pages, 5000 pages, 10,000 pages, and we want to check whether there is some spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes are there or not, then we can use this feature. Immediately within seconds, it will check for the spelling and grammatical mistake, and it will prompt us. We can make changes without wasting the printouts. Because in the case of typewriter, suppose I have written a complete line that is a wrong one. I have to type the complete text again onto the paper, means wastage of paper is there. But in the case of word processor, after typing the text, I will check spelling and grammar first, then I will take a printout, which will reduce the chances of error as well as grammatical and spelling mistakes. Simultaneously, it will reduce the use of papers also. Next is your mail merge. Now I am again comparing your typewriter with your word processor. In early days, when we were using typewriter, in that case, suppose a same letter has to be given to 10 different persons addressing themselves. In that case, all the 10 letters we have to type addressing them. But nowadays, when we are started using word processor, there is nothing to type again. Only a single document we will type, and we can make multiple copies by using multiple recipients, and the documents will be created automatically. So mail merge is the process in which the same document can be sent to multiple recipients without typing again. These were the features of word processor. Through that features we were using word processors. Next is our how we are going to start word processor. Initially I am telling you the process, then I will show you on screen. So to start our word processor, simply we have to click on start. We have to move to open office. Into that we will click on the writer, as you are seeing in the diagram. When we click on the writer, the first screen which we are going to get, it will look like this one. Now one by one I will tell you the complete window which we are getting on our screen. On the top you are able to see title bar. Into that you can see untitled one, openoffice.org writer, it is written. This is known as the title bar. Title bar onto which name of the document and name of the software is displayed. As untitled one is the name of the document, openoffice.org writer is the name of the software. Onto the right hand side of it, you can see three buttons are there. The first button is for minimize, which will minimize it onto our taskbar. Second is maximize. If when you are going to start your any of the window, it is not on your full screen, then by clicking on this maximize button, you can make it full screen. The third one is cross button, that is close button. If you want your work has completed, you want to close it, then you will use the close button. Below to your title bar, the menu bar is there. Menu bar is nothing, it is the bar which is containing different options to be used while working with your documents, right? As the menus you can see, file menu, it is used to work with the file. Edit menu for editing. View to make changes of the view of your document. Insert to insert something into your document. Format for formatting feature to make table is there. Likewise, different menus for doing this work. If you when I will show you the menu, then you can find it. Every menu has got its some options. That options we use to work with our document. Below to your menu bar, standard toolbar is there. Standard toolbar, this is the bar which is generally used commands of our menu bar, which we use regularly, right? So they are the shortcuts of the commands kept inside the menu bar. Below to this, we are getting formatting toolbar. Formatting toolbar, these are the commands of the format menu. To beautify our document, to change the font size, to make it bold, italic, underline, paragraph alignment, everything we used to do with this one. Below to your formatting toolbar, you are able to see rulers. One is the horizontal ruler upside and vertical ruler left side. This is to set the margin of the page. If we want to make its width more, then horizontal ruler will be used. To make its height, then vertical rulers will be used. Then white area where it is written and I am the work area. This is the area where we perform our work. Below to this, we are getting status bar, which gives the status of the document, at which line we are, at which page we are, in which country, insert key is on or off, likewise. Then you can see scroll bars. There are two scroll bars. Downside you are getting horizontal scroll bar, right hand side you are getting vertical scroll bar. Vertical scroll bar is to move up and down of the document, and the horizontal bar, scroll bar, it is to move left and right of the document. Next, if we see, that is how we are going to create a document. To create a document, after opening your writer, we have to click on file menu. Otherwise, by default, document 1 is open. If you want to create another document, then onto your file menu, you will click on new option. Into new text document, because we are going to make documents. Text documents will be selected, or its shortcut key directly we can use Control N. With that, our new document will be opened, right? Otherwise, on the top at your standard toolbar, you can have the header. That header, if you click, then a new document will be created. Next is non-printing characters. We are going to talk about the non-printing characters. These are those characters which we are seeing in the document, but it is not going to be printed on your page. As in the case of space you are providing, that is non-printing character. It is not going to be printed because space, it is represented in computer as dot, right? Tab is represented with arrow. Enter is represented by arrow sign. Likewise, paragraph is represented by this sign which you are going to get, and its show and hide button is also there. When you click on this show and hide button, already it will be in hide position. If you click on this, all the non-printing characters you can see into your document. Remember, these are not going to be printed on your paper through your printer, right? Next, we see how we are going to save our document. There are two ways. One is save and second is save as. We have to know the difference between save and save as. Save and save as both are used to save the document. Save it. Suppose I have updated a document and we want, any document has been created, we want to make changes into this, but that document is different with the original one, then we will use save as, because save as, it will provide you the option to give another name. Otherwise, if you click on save, then it will override the original one and new one will take place of the original one. So only a single document will be there with the help of save. Updation cannot be saved with another name, or new file cannot be created. While in the case of save as, we can create a new file with some updation. Next is your about the some writer word processing terminology. What is word processing terminology? What the terms we are going to process our text, that is known as word processing terminology, right? It may contain line spacing, page border, font, style, size, word wrapping, indentation, margins. These all come under the category of word processing terminology. Now, first we will see margins. What is margins? If you see the printout of any matter on page, you will see that from the top, bottom, right and left, there is a gap between the page border and the text. That is known as margin. Means margin is nothing, it is the distance given between the paper edge and the text. There are four types of margins: left, right, top and bottom. These four margins we will see when I will do something in writer. You can see each and everything. Next is your columns. Columns are nothing. Sometimes we used to put our text in 2, 3, 4 columns. That, as in the case of newspaper, you can see, that is known as columns. Means if you are going to put our text into multiple columns, more than one columns, by default it is one column. You can put your text in multiple columns, and these multiple columns will be equally divided onto the page. Next is word wrapping. It is very important feature. If you are going to write your text in your writer or word processor, after finishing of the line, your cursor shifts towards the next line. That is placement of the text. When it reaches the right margin, automatically it shifts towards the next line. This is known as word wrapping. Next is indentation. Indentation, it is the distance between text boundaries and the page margins. Now I am going to make clear here that I told you margins and indentation. You can say margins and indentation, they both are same, but practically if you see, margins, they are the text, margins, they are the space between the paper edge and the text. That is your margin. Indentation, it is the distance between your text and the page boundary. Means leaving your page margin into which portion your text is going to be displayed, that is work area. Between work area and the text, the margin is known as indentation. To learn about editing a document. Editing a document means how we are going to navigate into a document, how we are going to select, how to copy, how to move the selected text, that we will see. To start with editing a document, first we will see movement of the cursor. What movement of cursor is? From its position, to change the location of the cursor for editing, that is cursor movement. here I have given you a chart. 4 arrow keys we are having: left, right, top and bottom. With the help of these 4 arrow keys, we can move around the text. If we want to move towards left, then left arrow key; towards right, right arrow key; up, up arrow key; down, down arrow key. These 4 keys, arrow keys, it helps us for navigation in the document. Control home. This is the combination of key with control and home. It will move our cursor to the beginning of the document. From where your document has started, that location it will move. As in the case, suppose I have prepared a document of 10,000 pages. I am at 905 page. I want to move to the first page. I have to scroll so many times, then I can move. Otherwise, control home, immediately I will reach at the beginning of the document. Likewise, wherever you are, at which page you are, you want to go to the end of the document, then the combination of key control and end we will use. With the help of control and end, we can move to the end of the document. Now, if we want this arrow keys, it moves character wise. Control key is used with combination with left arrow key, it will move the cursor word wise, and control plus right arrow key, it will move towards right hand side word by word. These are, remember students, there is a difference. Only arrow keys, it moves cursor wise, character wise, and with control it moves word wise. Now, how we are going to select text? To select text, shift, hold down your shift key and start selecting text using your arrow keys, right? If with shift right arrow you are going to use, then it will select one character of the right hand side from your insertion point, or where your cursor is, from that position right 1111 characters it will be selected. Likewise, if you want to select towards left side, then shift and left arrow key. Suppose a complete word from starting to end, if you want to select, then you have to use control shift and right arrow key. Wherever your cursor is, from there the first word will be selected. If you again press control shift right arrow key, next word will be selected. Likewise, if you use control shift with left arrow key, then it will select before words word wise. If wherever your cursor is, that from that position to the last of the line, if you want to select, then you have to use shift and end key. If from the cursor position to the starting of the line, if you want to select, then shift and home key. Shift and down arrow key, it will select one line down, and shift and up arrow key, it will select one line. We are going to learn about formatting a document. What formatting? Formatting is nothing, it is the general arrangement of the text. Into this we used to do character formatting, paragraph formatting, as well as page formatting. In this we give the different font style, its size, this all we can give. We can change case, we can change the color of the font, we can align our text. So many things we are going to do in our formatting. There are different types of formatting, as I told you. One is character formatting, second is paragraph formatting, and the third is page formatting. This we will see. First, character formatting. Character formatting means it enhances the appearance of the document. It looks more legible and more neat. It is concerned about making decisions, like means we can change our font, its size, we can give different attributes to our text, we can position our text. These all come under the character formatting. Means we are going to work with characters, since characters are the single byte of the computer data, so we are working on single byte. Means from single character to word, sentence or the whole document we are going to make changes. Next is your paragraph formatting. Paragraph formatting means the formatting which we are going to apply. It is applied to the complete paragraph in which text alignment, how our paragraph will flourish, whether it will be left aligned, right aligned, center aligned or justified. Then tab stops. Tab stops, it's a position. After setting this, whenever we are going to start to write text, it will start from the tab setting. It's actually column setting. From there only your text will start. Then we can provide indentation to the paragraph. In the last class I told you about the indentation. Indentation is nothing, it is the distance between page border and page margin and the text. While uh, page margin and the text is known as uh, margin, right? We can provide line spacing, we can give space between paragraph, we can provide borders, shadings to the complete paragraph. This all the facilities it works with the paragraph. Next is our page formatting. Into this, whatever features we are going to use, that will be applied to the complete page. Like page size, we can define the size of the page. Normally we are having A4 size. Then also we can define different page size, orientation, whether it is portrait or landscape. This we can define. We can provide margins to the page. These all we are going to do with our formatting features.